Good evening and welcome to the Las Vegas Virtual College Fair. We're so happy that you have joined us this evening. Before we get started, I want to go through just a few general housekeeping announcements. First of all, you can certainly answer or ask questions throughout this session through the Q&A button that is at the bottom of your screen. So feel free to ask questions of our presenters at any point throughout the next 45 minutes. And they will be happy to answer those questions for you. If you have a specific question that you want directed to just one particular institution, go ahead and mention that in your question so that that one particular institution knows that it is directed to them. Otherwise, if you just have a general question, go ahead and put that in, and each of our presenters would be more than happy to answer that question for you. Just as a reminder for our attendees, both your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that is happening, so be sure to take advantage of other sessions, and you can sign up for those with StriveScan. As a reminder, this presentation is being recorded, and it will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered for this session. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started this evening, and our first presenter will be from the University of Louisville.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll try to share my screen. Okay, hello everyone, good evening. I am V. Alidema with the University of Louisville in Kentucky. I am based in Los Angeles, California. As you're exploring colleges, know that I'm here to help you navigate the admission process and help answer any questions that you may have and what it takes to become a Louisville Cardinal. Next slide. Okay, so I want to show you a quick video and introduce you to the Cardinals. Oops, that should work.
You walk in here and you don't know where you fit, but there are people from everywhere and everyone's looking. For friends, for fun, for their future. Jock, geek, troublemaker, nerd, blah, blah, blah. Forget your high school labels. Here, you'll live in a diverse world of individuals. The University of Louisville's student body is representative of the state, the country, the entire giant planet. Starting now, you get to define you. C-A-R-D-A. No, you've got the R all wrong. With more than 200 majors available, we definitely have your major. Before you graduate, you'll go to more than 1,200 classes. And you'll traverse a park-like campus cultivated with more than 220 years of history. There's also lots of opportunities for internships, co-ops, international study abroad, and research programs to layer your education. U of L is about much more than academics. Explore the things you love. Join a club, volunteer in the community, get active in student government, start a study group for one of your classes. The residence halls are a great place to bond with new friends. Almost everyone loves their first roommate. Almost. But don't roost in your room too long. We've got state-of-the-art workout facilities, a variety of intramural sports, and other fitness clubs that make it easy to stay active. Stop, that R is still not quite right. Back up. Rubbing the toe of the thinker during finals week will bring you good luck on your exams. On the other hand, don't step on the cardinal bird. It's bad luck. Very bad luck. You're leaving the nest to explore new boundaries, but don't be confined by the boundaries of campus. Louisville is a vibrant city full of culture, music, parks, sports, and great food. So get ready to settle in and learn how to throw what you know, because by the time that you leave the University of Louisville, you'll be ready to When you become an insider here, you're ready to make an impact out there.
All right, hope you enjoyed that very, very brief video, an introduction to the Louisville Cardinals. So besides the fact that our programs are not impacted, we are an accessible university with an international airport about 2 exits away from our campus. We're also affordable. We did go test optional for both admission and scholarships. And our students enjoy a thriving and welcoming campus culture. where students can also participate in exciting research as early as freshman year. Slide. Okay. So we began our journey in 1798 as a private institution and now serve as a premier public technology university in Kentucky. We are also the fastest to earn both designation as Carnegie R1 Research Institution and community engagement status. As a mid-sized public institution with around 12,000 undergraduate students, we are a great option for those who want a well-rounded college experience without getting lost in the numbers. Our students enjoy small classes at about 26 students on average per class, 14:1 student-professor ratio, great support services for students in every grade, tutoring in every subject to ensure students complete their college work in 4 years. We're also very fortunate to offer our own medical school, university hospital system, and direct entry into our dentistry and our three law school program. So we are an institution of many firsts. We're also #1 just recently named by niche.com in state of Kentucky. For example, there's many things to brag about, but we're the first university in the country to have a hospital attached to it, first to conduct an artificial heart and hand transplant. We're first to help develop the Gardasil vaccine. We also have a very well-known spinal institute, but beyond traditional research, our students can also look forward to connections to internships, jobs, co-ops, with 4 career centers on campus, plenty of internships at Fortune 500 companies, and also engineering co-ops where students can make an average around $34,000, but can actually go up to $90,000 during the co-op experience. So we're only one of 13 universities with biocontainment laboratory on our campus to work with the CDC to conduct pandemic research on viral diseases. And one of our breakthroughs is currently being researched and funded by a company in California where human trials are taking place as we speak. So our location is also very beneficial to our students. It's a city of 1.2 million people with many opportunities for fun, recreation, and internships in Fortune 500 companies again. The UPS hub is there as well. Louisville is also known for its beautiful landscape, 4 changeable but mild seasons, park designed by the same person who designed Central Park in New York, top food destination, of course, the Kentucky Derby, and a city where 109 languages are spoken full-time. And that's all my time for tonight. Thanks so much for your attention, and go Cards.
All right, thank you, University of Louisville. Next up, we have Iowa State University.
Hi there, good evening. My name is Abby with Iowa State University. First, I want to start with where is Iowa State located? We are in the heart of the Midwest. We'll show you on the screen here. There we go. Right in the center of the state of Iowa in Ames, Iowa. And we're proud to say we've received some rankings for being some of the best college town in the nation. A little bit more about Iowa State by the numbers. We are going to be a large public institution with right around 33,000 students. All 50 states are represented, and 46% of our population is from out of state. So students all across the globe at Iowa State. So you are not alone coming from Las Vegas to Iowa. We have 115 nations represented and over 3,000 international students. Also, we are a top-tier research institution and have 900 clubs and organizations for student involvement and part of the Big 12 athletics. We have 6 colleges at Iowa State, the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, Ivy College of Business, College of Design, College of Engineering, College of Human Sciences, and the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. What we're really best known for is our agriculture degrees and our engineering majors as well. One really nice thing about Iowa State is once you are into Iowa State, you get admitted. Year 1, you are automatically starting your college-based classes. So day 1, starting your research. Now, within those 6 colleges, we have 100 different majors. So just about anything that you would want to study: aerospace, accredited architecture, top 5 for apparel, merchandise, and design. Our newest major is environmental engineering. You can also be open option within your college. So you can see on the screen there, if you're not quite sure what kind of engineer you want to be yet, you can be open within your college. But through all those majors, we hold, once you graduate, a 95% placement rating. For my seniors in the house today, what your application process would look like for Iowa State is we are going to be test optional. You don't have to take the ACT, SAT this year. We are just going to look at your high school core courses and your GPA. For my juniors in the house today, you can see you're going to be evaluated based upon a math equation that you can see on the screen there called the Regent Admission Index score. So we take your ACT score, we take your GPA, and we take your high school core courses. We put that into an equation, and if you get a score of a 245 or higher, you are automatically in. So there's no wait time to hear if you're in or not. A really simple process, no essays, no letters of rec. We are rolling admissions. So if you're listening today, we are ready for you to apply. You can find us on Common App. And an extra bonus on top of that, we do have an 88% acceptance rate. A little bit about scholarships at Iowa State. Our admission scholarships, we're going to be looking at your academics, and those admission scholarships are automatic. So what I mean when I say automatic is if you have the number, it's automatically yours, no competition for those. On top of that, you can get California scholarships and college-based scholarships within your major as well. For those of you who are wanting to do visits right now and to know what's next, Iowa State, you can visit us on campus, you can visit us virtually, you can do a live interactive tour. We'd love to have you so you can learn more. Thank you.
Okay, next up, we're going to hear from the University of Iowa.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Erin Monroe, and I am the Western States Regional Admissions Counselor with the University of Iowa, and I am also a proud alum. So we are located on the other side of the state of Iowa, over in Eastern Iowa in Iowa City. We are a definitive college town, a quintessential experience when it comes to spirit, pride, and tradition. At the University of Iowa, we are located in, again, a college town. So the nearest airport is just 20 minutes north of our campus, and we have direct flights from Las Vegas. When you arrive on campus, the most of your academic experience is really going to be located within about a 5 to 10 minute walking distance of this building with the gold dome here. This is the old Capitol building. It's the original capital of the state of Iowa. Our campus is organized by a river. So if you look closely in this photograph, you'll see above the river, that is primarily composed of the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, which is one of the largest teaching hospitals in the nation, our graduate studies, and also where you go to cheer on the Hawkeyes in our Big Ten athletics. Again, underneath that river is primarily where you're going to your undergraduate classes, where our residence halls are located, and downtown Iowa City. Downtown Iowa City is right across the street from our campus, and this is where our students work and play and get involved in the community. When you're choosing a college, you're not just choosing a place to study for 4 years, you are also choosing a home. And that involvement and connection with the downtown community makes Iowa City home for our Hawkeyes. There's over 100 different restaurants, places to hang out with friends, coffee shops with different vibes, great shopping, boutiques, vintage stores, record shops, everything an eclectic college town should be. There's constantly music, film, food, and fashion festivals going on. It's a very lively area, and anything you can think of needing for survival is going to be just right across the street. At the University of Iowa, we have about 32,000 students, so we're a large public institution. Students come from both in-state, of course, but we have a very large out-of-state population. This shows the academic caliber of students that apply to the University of Iowa. So on average, students are admitted with about a 3.76 GPA, an ACT of about a 22 to a 29, and an SAT of about a 1230. At Iowa, we offer 200 areas of study, and this can fall within the colleges represented here on the page. Some of the things that we are best known for: we are known as the Writing University because of our literary contributions to English and creative writing. We are UNESCO City of Literature, which there are only 8 of in the entire world, and we were the first one within the United States. Our Sports and Recreation Management program is very popular with practicums, where students actually work with athletic teams like the Blackhawks or the San Diego Padres. Our College of Nursing is very popular, and anything that's really related to the health sciences because of that huge amenity of the hospitals and clinics, which is 5 hospitals on our college campus where students can gain that professional development experience. So whether you're pre-PT, pre-PA, pre-med, all the pre's, anything health sciences, we're going to offer that for you. Other areas that really draw students to the University of Iowa are going to be within our Tippie College of Business, the College of Engineering, Psychology, and Political Science. There are lots of combinations to combine for certificates, majors, and minors. Abby saved me some time in talking about our admission requirements. As the other public state institution, we have very similar admission requirements in that we are test optional for this fall 2021 class. So if you're a senior, you do not need to submit a test score. If you are a junior, sophomore, or freshman, we will be using the math equation on the page here. If you're a resident of the state of Iowa, it's a 245 for admission. If you're an out-of-state student, we're looking for your scores to equate to be a 255. We offer direct admission into all of our majors, but especially into the colleges of the Tippie College of Business, the College of Engineering, College of Public Health, College of Nursing, and the College of Education. We make admission decisions on a rolling basis, and students hear of a very timely admission decision in about 3 weeks after we receive a complete application. If you do not have a test score and you're a senior applying to Iowa, we ask for you to submit a personal statement and your high school transcript. With your application to Iowa, you are also automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. For out-of-state students, these can range from about $2,000 to $12,000, depending on the strength of the test score or high school GPA that you present within your application. At Iowa, we really believe in a collaborative academic experience over competition. We're a place where art meets science and science can become art. We offer a 15-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, and our students are very involved in research outside of the classroom, offering research opportunities to more than 33% of our student population each semester. Our students are very active outside of the classroom with over 500 different student organizations that they can join and over 400 performances put on by the Division of Performing Arts. We have a lot of school spirit, like I mentioned, whether it's a football Saturday or a Tuesday walking to class, everyone is always decked out in their black and gold. Pictured here is Kinnick Stadium, where the football team plays. We've been recognized as having one of the best traditions in college athletics, where after the first quarter of all of our home games, the players, coaches, and all 70,000 fans stop what they're doing and look at the building across the street and wave back and forth with the kiddos in the Stead Family Children's Hospital. So feel free to put questions in the Q&A if you have questions about how to become a Hawkeye. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we're going to hear from Michigan State University.
Hi there, my name is Dan Seidman. I'm with Michigan State University. I am the Regional Admissions Counselor, so I am based here in the West, and I'm looking forward to working with you. Michigan State University is the 7th largest school in the country, and just trying to get us going here. It is a member of the Big Ten Conference. It is also a member of the Association of American Universities, one of 26 in the, one of 66 in North America. We are test optional, as many other schools have been this year. And if you apply as a test, at this point, we're asking you to continue that process, and you can talk with me if you have any questions about that. There's a little bit more information about Michigan State University, 50,000 students, a large number of undergraduates, and we are not impacted, so we'll be able to graduate you in 4 years. It tells you a little bit about what our freshman class looked like last year, the GPA, the ACT, and like that. We have almost every major you could possibly imagine. We have not only an MD program on campus, which is obviously a graduate program, but we also have one of the few osteopathic programs. We have veterinary medicine. We have a law school, and every other type of major, like I said, that you could possibly imagine. While we'll tell you that we have a 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio, I think the more important part of the student-faculty interaction is the second number there, showing you that 76%, or 3 out of 4 classes at Michigan State, have 50 students or fewer in them. Building Your Own Adventure, our honors program, is one of the largest and oldest. It is the oldest in the country. We have an education abroad program, which again is extremely large. We travel everywhere. Our entrepreneurship program is very unique in that it is not a major unto itself. It is something that ties into any other major that we have. And then we also have residential colleges and program options that are used to help make a large university feel much smaller. It tells you a little bit about what's going on at MSU, every kind of student organization that you could possibly imagine. We are in the Big Ten. We are Division I. You see we have club sports, intramural sports, and like that. Talk a little bit about financing your education. As you see there, the need-based awards are pretty common based on with the FAFSA information that you would provide. Our merit-based awards, you do not need to do anything additional. You do not need to submit additional applications. That is based primarily on your grades that you would submit. We have more jobs on campus than students to fill them. And another very important point is the fourth one there: military dependents at MSU, regardless where they are from, are automatically given in-state tuition. Probably the outstanding feature about Michigan State University is its return on investment. Our 4-year graduation opportunity, as I mentioned before, is very, very real. We have one of the best career placement systems in the country, and the companion to career placement, it would be the undergraduate research. If you are looking for a more career-based job, such as, let's say, finance or in business or engineering, then it's the internships and so forth that you will do in career placement. If you are looking for a more academic career in the sciences and research, is what's going to help to position you. And we have one of the largest research facilities there. Speaking of large, and we are in the Big Ten, so I keep saying that word, not big, more large. We have the largest non-military dining and housing system in the country. We have 5 unique neighborhoods and different styles of dining and housing. We could literally house all of our students all of the time if we chose to. And then you're talking a little bit about some of our dining options. And again, you see many of them there. Every type of possible food is available to you, and in all different types of combinations. Getting to East Lansing, we are in the middle. East Lansing is right next to Lansing, which is the capital. We do have an airport in Lansing. There is also an airport in Detroit, which is probably about an hour and 15 minutes away. And as you see there, the Michigan Flyer will help transport you from Detroit. And the town of East Lansing, as all the others have mentioned, we are the reason East Lansing exists. So we become very, very much a university town. And I think we're getting very much near the end. Oh, I'm going to be looking for your transcripts this year. And I do not necessarily need any letters of recommendation, as you see there. Michigan State University, we'd love to have you. You see on my picture, name, my email address, contact me. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to hear from Kalamazoo College.
Awesome. As I pull this up, I'm going to warn everybody that there's a storm overhead. So let's hope everything works out for us here. I'm gonna pull up my PowerPoint now, start it up from the beginning. Hello, so welcome to Kalamazoo College, kind of. I'm Jacob, I'm your guys' counselor from Kalamazoo, and Kalamazoo is kind of a little bit different from what a lot of the other schools that have talked so far are. We are a small, tiny little liberal arts school located in Southwest Michigan. So a little bit of history to start us off. We are one of the 100 oldest colleges in the United States, which is pretty cool. We were founded originally in 1833, originally as a Frontier Baptist college. We have not had a religious affiliation for like 6 or 7 decades now at this point though. So we've been a liberal arts school ever since. And the thing we're most known for is the K plan, which we'll go into in a second here, but also being the gold standard of study abroad for about 50 years. So if you're interested in studying in another country for any length of time, you can probably do that here. About 70% of our campus does study abroad at some point. While you were on campus though, these are just some fun little statistics. We, like I said, are about 1,500 students located from 38 different states and 33 different countries. About 34% of our students are domestic students of color, and about 9 to 10% of them are international students. I like to say that regardless of where you're coming from or regardless of who you are, you're probably going to have classes that you're going to be sitting next to people that are nothing like you on the surface, but you can learn from each other throughout that process. And if you're interested in sports, but you'll also want to play sports and do your academics and not let one overpower the other, we are part of the NCAA Division III. So sports aren't the most amazing, massive thing in the world here, like they are a lot of our fellow Division I schools that are here right now, but they allow you the flexibility of doing lots of other things and playing your sport for fun. The average class size here is about 18 students, but I like to say that the average class size is more of like somewhere in the teens. Anywhere from 13 to 19 students is probably where you're going to have your average sitting. And we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. But the important part about that is every single one of your classes is going to be taught by an actual professor, usually who holds a PhD or some sort of terminal degree. We don't have any teaching assistants, TAs, that will actually teach your classes. We are an undergraduate institution only, and so we don't have that sort of thing going on here. We have a 91% first year retention rate and a 72% four-year graduation rate. So we want to make sure that you stay here, you stay happy, and then that you get the heck out of here in 4 years and get on with the rest of your life afterwards. While you are here, this is just a little bit about our location. So like I said, we're located in Southwest Michigan, and I'm originally from California myself. And so the first thing I learned is when you move to Michigan, everyone will hold up their hand and then point to where you're located. So we're about right here on the palm. Just a fun little fact. But what's important to note is that we're about 2 hours from Detroit and 2.5 hours from Chicago, 2 major cities. So while Kalamazoo itself is kind of a medium-sized city, we're pretty easily within reach of both of those places as well. We're also about 45 minutes from Lake Michigan, and so there's lots of fun things to do there as well. But if you want to stay in the city, the really good thing is, despite the fact that we only have about 250,000 people here, about 30,000 of those people are college students, because while we are the only small school in the area, we actually have 3 schools in total. So you kind of get the best of both worlds of having a small school where you can kind of feel this family sort of thing that is really intimate and small in size, but then you go downtown and you're surrounded by other people your age. You have internship opportunities, you have job opportunities, and you also have some fun opportunities as well. So these are some of the things that Kalamazoo is most known for. We have tons of different museums in the downtown area, as well as a lot of different attractions in terms of live theater, live music, anything having to do with the arts in general. One of the things that I love the most about Kalamazoo, the city, is that we have this thing called Art Hop, which happens the first Friday of every single month, where students and community members can go downtown and kind of hang out. You see lots of art, there's lots of fun activities. The last time I went to an Art Hop, I made a perfume just because that was one of the activity booths. If you're of legal age, they'll give you some wine. If you're not, they will not. So bring a soda or something so you have something to sip on. But overall, it's a really fun activity that happens the first Friday of every single month. And then because we are in Michigan, because Lake Michigan's only 45 minutes away, if you are outdoorsy at all, then Kalamazoo is a great place for you. So we have tons of different places that you can go that are very outdoorsy, but the main one is the Arboretum that we have in town, which is owned by Kalamazoo College, actually. And it's a great place to study biodiversity or to just kind of go on a wandering path with your friends, play Pokemon Go or something. That's what I do a lot of. But besides the city itself, this is kind of what your curriculum will look like here at Kalamazoo. So we have this thing called the K plan, which is essentially 4 main components to it that will make up your entire 4 years here. The first one is that we have a rigorous but flexible academic schedule. What this means is that we have no general education requirements. So if you think of in high school, most students will take a math, an English, a history, a science, and then some electives. We don't require you to take anything. So if you're interested in math, go for it. If you are interested in English and math is your least favorite thing, you do not have to take a single math class for your entire 4 years here in college. So it's just up to what you want to do. Instead, you just have to take the classes for your specific major, which the interesting thing also is that you don't declare a major until the middle of your winter term of your sophomore year. And you're always allowed to get into it. It's never a limit or whatnot. If you want that major, you're gonna get that major, but you don't have to come in decided. So if you're someone who doesn't know what you wanna do necessarily, which it's hard at 17 and 18 to know what you want to do with the rest of your life, you don't have to decide that right now. You can kind of work your way into it and spend that first year and a half just kind of playing around with stuff until something sticks. The second component is this idea that we want you to engage in hands-on education. Basically, we think you're going to learn great things in the classroom, but that none of it really matters unless you can put it into action. So that's the second component there. The third component is the study abroad that I mentioned. And then the fourth component is this idea of independent scholarship. So you're gonna have lots of opportunities there to do research with professors or individually throughout your entire 4 years from freshman year to senior year. And then that's my information. If you have follow-up questions, feel free to send me an email. That's my cell phone number there. Shoot me a text. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Thank you guys very much.
All right. Thank you, Kalamazoo College. Just a reminder to our attendees that feel free to ask any questions that might be on your mind. We're getting ready to go into our last presentation, but I know that our presenters would be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. So with that being said, our last school that we'll hear from tonight is the University of Minnesota Twin Cities.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Rachel Tanner. I'm the National Recruitment Coordinator for the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. We're the land-grant flagship institution for the Minnesota System campuses, and we're right in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So they call us a Twin Cities location because we're nestled in between the downtown of both Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota's two largest cities. So this is the main part of our campus. If you catch this train 10 minutes that way, it's downtown Minneapolis. You can see the skyscrapers. 20 minutes the other way is the downtown of St. Paul, Minnesota's capital. So it's a really unique environment for those students looking for that big classic college experience, but want to maintain an urban environment. It's kind of the best of both worlds. So high level numbers, we have 31,000 undergraduate students. We're tier 1 for research, 900 student groups, and we're a land grant institution as well. And we're a tier 1 research institution. So 90% of the research happening in the state of Minnesota does happen through our campus. We work to bring our students breadth and depth academically. So we have over 150 majors and over 135 minors, as well as many graduate and professional programs. So medical school, veterinary program, law school, OT, PT, and many medical like master's programs offered as well. So if you're interested in any of those, we can start getting you the pre-professional advising beginning right away your freshman year. Like I mentioned, we are a land grant and research institution. So if you want to participate in research, you can either pair with faculty members, get a paid lab position, or you can submit your own research proposal. So if there's a question you've always had, submit that to our undergraduate research opportunities program, and we'll give you the funding to do the research yourself. So some things that you might recognize from Minnesota, as silly as a Honeycrisp apple, all the way to the modern day seatbelt have been started on our campus. Despite our large size, we try to keep those class sizes small. 80% of all classes are 50 students or less. 65% of all classes are 30 students or less. So your major classes, those are going to feel like what you're probably used to at high school. But the big classes, those are generals. We just want to make sure you have access to them. You can get through them and then get into your major, but we're always going to pair it with the breakout sessions. So you always have that academic support outside of the large lecture setting too. When we admit to the University of Minnesota, we admit directly into one of our 8 freshman admitting colleges. We do this for a couple of reasons. First, we want you to come into a smaller community. We know as a large institution, it helps our students transition in starting off in a smaller community of scholars that share some sort of academic interests with them. We also do it so that you have access to the program that you want. So if you know you want accounting or a certain type of engineering or nursing, that we can start in those classes right away, make sure it is the right fit for you. And if it's not, you'll figure it out sooner rather than later. We can help you switch from there. So each college that's listed here does have its own unique first-year experience program to help students explore career opportunities. Then they officially declare when they're ready, but it is a declaration process, not a reapplication process. So some of the programs I see most of our students from this area looking at are going to be genetics and neuroscience, product design and architecture, animal science, environmental sciences, our direct entry nursing, our business schools, number 18 in the world, so that's phenomenal, especially that management information systems. And then of course the College of Science and Engineering too has 13 programs, aerospace, biomedical, mechanical, astrophysics. We just added data science. So check out all of our majors. They're all listed online. If you have questions about which college you'd fall into, please let me know. Now, outside of the classroom, we want to make sure our students are engaged, and like a good Big Ten school, we have a lot of ways for our students to do so. So 900 student groups, 200 of those are student cultural groups, and then 12 of those have student cultural centers. So really great ways for students to get involved, whether that be identity-based, interest-based. You can build Greek if you want to brush a sorority fraternity. You can do an intramural sport, or you can join something that's just for fun. There's a sweatpants wearing club. So I truly think there's something for everybody, especially sweatpants, with everyone spending so much time at home. Who doesn't appreciate that to some extent? We do have Division I sports teams. So again, part of the Big Ten Conference, we have a lot of colleagues here, so go Gophers. And you can get involved with on and off campus. So massive study abroad program. We highly recommend our student study abroad. In fact, our business school requires that student study abroad, so we can truly make it work with every degree program you're looking at. Now, our location is what's going to make us stand out against our peers. So there's a couple communities that are right around our campus that still give you that college town feel. Dinkytown and Stadium Village is where a lot of low and free cost events are for students. It's where the homecoming parade goes through. The coffee shops are open late for study sessions. You can get great pizza by the slice. So it still gives you that quintessential college town feel, but we are right in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So there are now 16 Fortune 500 companies headquartered in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So places like Target, 3M, Cargill, Medtronic, Best Buy, Boston Scientific are all right there and constantly recruiting out of our programs. So our location gives our students a huge professional advantage because they can manage those internships on a Tuesday and Thursday and still go to class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's what I did. It's also fun to be in a city. In my opinion, I really liked it. It had the urban setting, so you could get involved both on and off campus. We have 6 professional sports teams all right on that light rail. There's concert venues and museums on and around campus. There's a bunch of different eclectic neighborhoods for you to go check out. Try the newest coffee shop, the donut shop, try some different food. So if you are looking for that urban setting, Minneapolis is a digestible city, not a concrete jungle, but still a lot going on. Towards you will come with the full 4 seasons, but I think it's the best of them and we won't shut down, I promise. Being in location too, we're right in Minneapolis, so it is fairly easy to get to. Direct flights right to Minneapolis, St. Paul. You just hop on the train and you can take that train right to campus. Otherwise, it's about a 10-15 minute cab ride. Now, tuition and fees are listed here. We do have a number of academic merit-based scholarships just for out-of-state students that range from $2,500 and they go up to $15,000 each year for all 4 years. We have been named a Great Value Institution by Forbes. That's largely due to our 13 credit policy, but also retention rate. 93% of our first-year students come back their second year. We're really excited about that. So even Nevada students are okay with some cold weather too. The application does not require letters of recommendation or essays. Just submit your application itself. So you self-report your grades and courses, and you're all set to go with a $55 application fee. If you're a senior, we are not requiring a test score, and you can find our dates here. So I'd love to chat with you more. Feel free to reach out to me directly. My contact information is here. Otherwise, you can find me on our website. So thanks so much, y'all, for sticking around.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Just so you know, when you close out of this particular window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We hope that you will fill that out and provide us some feedback this evening. Also, just a reminder that this session was being recorded and will be available to you within about a week as well. So again, just on behalf of StriveScan, I want to thank our presenters, thank our attendees for attending tonight, and I hope you have a good evening. Good night.